And we are live. Welcome to the Jimnasium, everybody. It is me, your host, XFL Jim, the host with the most, as I do declare, joined by my illustrious, his hair is beautifully maintained, my beautiful co-host, Chase, Lupine Fiasco Sesums. What is up, buddy?
How the hell are you, XFL Jim? How are you doing, man?
I am doing fucking excellent. I had my mid-year report come out this last week. It kind of lets me reflect on the year, on what's been going on. And 2021 has been an excellent year for the garage. Also checking in, we got Biho coming up. What's up, boys? What's up, my man?
There he is. What's up, Biho? It's you're doing your mid-year report, and now I can just kind of imagine you sitting in front of Congress, reading from previous calendars and like maybe crying a little bit, like Brett Kavanaugh style, like after you're brought in for inquiry, which we know is going to happen.
It'll probably happen for sure. And speaking of calendars, I might have a little thing for the end of this year. That might be like a sneak peek for something happening like in December.
Is it like a Christmas party?
No, I'm thinking. So last year, before we got together, before this podcast was a thing, I had a little deal. I was at like 500 Twitter followers, not too many. Mm-hmm. I had the little deals like, hey, if you guys can get me to 1,000 by the end of the year, I will come out with a sexy calendar for 2021.
Ooh,
didn't work out. We'll see. So I'm going to see where I'm at December, or like November-ish and whatever, and then I'm going to put a marker here. So we'll be here. I'll put the marker somewhere up here, and if we hit it, guess what? 2022 sexy XFL Gym calendar.
Dude, I will join in on that too. If they get both of us up to a certain point, we will take some tasteful boudoir shots.
I have like an original XFL ball, and I'm just like, I can incorporate this so well into.
That's just screaming to be deconstructed and turned into a man thong.
Yeah, it's that, or just like to use it to cover up and be like, we're a tasteful product here. It's a sexy calendar, but it's a tastefully sexy calendar.
Yeah. We're not. When have we ever been raunchy? A few times.
Almost all the time.
I think I remember the Golden Hurricane. Yeah, that felt like we maybe crossed. Yeah, whatever.
There's no lines. There are no lines here. But before we get into all the news going on, I do have to mention we are brought to you, folks, by the manscaped.com, the Lawnmower 4.0. Use your promo code XFL at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. You want your head to look like me or Chase here. We both have excellent beards, I got to say, but you want your downstairs to look like a turtle shell's belly. That's what you want. You want it clear, you want it clean, you want it smooth, and the way to do that is to go to Manscaped, get the Lawnmower 4.0, and use promo code XFL at checkout so you get 20% off and free shipping. That's all you got to do, folks.
That's right. And do you know why we're doing this, Jim?
Tell the people why.
Because X gon' give it to ya. X gon' give it to you.
X gon' give you a smooth pubic area. Let's fucking go. Starting off, we got the Olympics. I sometimes forget the Olympics are going on because like it's so hard for me to tell if I'm watching NBC or NBC Sports and if what I'm watching is a replay or live.
Right. You have to look for the tiny word live up in
Yeah.
It's and it's crazy. They have live at like weird hours because they're in Japan. So like, the other night it was, I think sweating like a West Coast baseball game. And I looked up, I was like, God damn, we are still live right now. I did not even realize that was happening. So yeah, it's been, I don't know, like I feel like I have so many like sports going on like in my ether that like I keep forgetting that the Olympics or something going on right now, and then someone mentions it and I tune in and I'm totally into it, and then I completely forget it's going again.
There's so much sports going on, not to mention that now it is August. July was the last month we had with no football. Football is starting this month. So I don't know about you, but I am like all other sports are fading in the background. I'm still going to be betting baseball. I'm still going to be like watching horses. I'm still going to be watching the Olympics. But football, I'm like putting my blinders on, and I'm just like, football is approaching. Preseason, one of my favorite things to bet on. College football is happening this fucking month.
Yeah, it's insane because like considering just how fast it feels like months have gone recently. Like it's gonna be here in the blink of an eye. It's gonna be time to draft fantasy teams. And the Red Sox just scored 3-2. They're coming back. All right. It's going to be time to draft fantasy teams soon. Like I was thinking about that last night. Like I got like real in the weeds with like how I was going to draft my fantasy team, like what I was going to go for and everything.
So I actually have a little secret. I've been doing a little bit of practice. So I've been doing, have you heard of like best ball leagues?
I have not.
So best ball fantasy is you draft your players and then you just draft them all, do the whole draft. And then instead of having to like switch them out during the season, it automatically just puts your highest scoring players in your lineup each week. So I've been using that to kind of like practice my fantasy drafting. So I've already drafted maybe like 20 teams.
Yeah. So, I mean, I will draft and I'll have a strategy, but when it comes down to it, I'm such like a mid-season like waiver wire
trade. You're one of those guys.
Yes, I make moves. I'll make 3 or 4 moves a week. Like I have my core, and then behind it, I'm picking people up to stash. I'm picking up people that I think might be able to be used to to stack at a later date. Someone who might turn into something. I never keep the same kicker. I never keep the same defense.
Yeah, same.
I'm like always rotating
defense, kickers, and then I'll have like a backup quarterback that I'm like rotating usually throughout the weeks. You're way more of a tinkerer, it sounds like, than I am.
And I mean, it's not even so much of a tinkerer because like once I make the moves, like the lineup is set, like I'll make my decision as to where I'm going to go unless like something changes last minute or something. But yeah, like I on the grand scale, a tinkerer, sure, but not like a where it counts, like, lineup tinkerer.
But anyway, the Olympics are going on. There's a couple, I would say there's like 2 sort of storylines that the general audience cares about. So there's Simone Biles. She, I believe, has bowed out of most of her individual events, if not all of them now.
Yeah, I think she's done. I think she's done in Tokyo.
I heard some things that she was suffering like some vertigo symptoms.
Yeah, they keep calling it the twisties.
I have heard of that before.
It sounds like a super extremely dangerous version of the yips.
Yes, I think that's a very good way to like describe it, because it's, to me, from what I've heard, is when you get the twisties, you forget where you're at in the air.
Right.
So
right.
You just like, maybe you can land. So it doesn't matter if it's a trick you've done 1,000 times. If you forget where you're at in the air, you're like a second away from either landing it perfectly or breaking your fucking neck.
If you just knew Simone Biles by reputation alone and saw her like qualifying vaults and everything and floor exercise for the team all arounds, you just by reputation alone knew that something was definitely wrong. Like that was not what the GOAT looks like. And so I don't know, like I'm pretty anti kind of like boomer mentality backlash of like, you just play through it. That's horseshit.
So I understand it for certain things. Like I understand if you're doubting yourself or if you're feeling nervous, you can kind of play through that. This is not that. This is like a safety concern. Also, like if she's not in the right mental space, she could fucking die.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is like, all right, you playing for your high school football team in the 70s and spraining your ankle and coming back to play the fourth quarter is not the same. This is not the same thing. Like,
this is not the same. No.
And I personally, for one, have zero desire to watch this poor girl break her fucking neck on national TV at night. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't care that much. And then 2, I mean, we got to start talking about mental health. We got to get our mental health in order. And I think going after someone who is making their mental health a priority, like Naomi Osaka has done, like Simone Biles is doing, just get over it, man. Like,
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I understand that you might not think that mental health is something that's real and needs to be taken care of like any other part of your health. But here's the deal. It fucking is. Let's not just jump up all over an athlete if they're not in the right headspace, because people who aren't in the right headspace do dangerous things and they do fucked up things. And when they do dangerous things, they do it not only to themselves, but they do dangerous things to the people that they're around. Like, mental health is important. Stop acting like it's not.
Full stop. Mental health is health, and fucking address that shit. Like, it's important.
Right.
I don't want to get too deep. Maybe I'll get deep on another time, but I am 100% in the camp of mental health.
Yeah, man. And it's something that we don't talk about. It's something that we should talk about. It's something that we're talking about more. And I'm glad that's the case. I'm glad that Simone Biles and her issue of the twisties is bringing this to the forefront. I
am also glad. I'm very pro Simone Biles. Do you know she's like 24?
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, like, I totally think that she could come back and compete as a gymnast at the age of 28 in the next Olympics, like, without issue.
I 100% also, I agree with that. She's going to be like, she could easily compete next year, even at, what would she be, 28?
Yeah, she'd be 28. And as we established last week, she can dunk a basketball with her feet, probably, from the free throw line. How can you not come back at the age of 28?
Right? I mean, go her. Do you also know how tall she is? Just take a guess. Take a guess.
I'm going to put it to a scale, which is Indian in the cupboard, about that size. Just wee. Okay. 5 foot. I'm going to say 5 foot. 4'11", maybe.
She is 4'8".
Fuck. That's insane. I think, are you legally a little person at that point?
I think you're close. I think you can call yourself that.
Yeah. Let's how about, instead of talking about her issue with mental health, let's point out, like, how much she's achieving as a legal little person.
Maybe that's what allows her to do like 16 flips in the air. She has the ups, and then she's super light, so she floats.
Yeah. Also, I've heard has hollow bones like a bird.
I have heard this as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well-known fact. Who's it she dates? She dates like a D-back for the Texans, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. That makes sense, though. That makes sense. Before we dive into the other Olympic news that we have Biho in the chat calling out, it's U.S. versus Mexico night. Who do you have? And we're talking about the Olympics. We're talking about America. Of course, I have USA.
Yeah, this is the CONCACAF Gold Cup. So I'm taking USA, and my prediction, and Biho will have to let me know if this is coming true, but I was looking through Bovada last night, and I was looking for like a way to bet this in case I needed to for the weekly showdown. And my prediction was USA wins, Mexico scores first, and then USA wins 2-1.
I wonder if there's I like that. I do like that.
Yeah, man. I figured out that if you just like take not bizarre, but if you just take a really hard stand on what's going to happen in a soccer game, you can get fucking paid. Like the Italy and penalties. I don't want to bring that up again, you know.
God, I remember that. That was awesome.
God, that was so awesome.
The other Olympic news that we got going on that I feel like the general public kind of cares about is, how is the men's basketball team doing? We heard a bunch about it when they started the tournament. Weren't looking too hot, and then all of a sudden they play Iran in kind of a pickup game and beat the living shit out of them.
Yeah, and they ran so far away. Man, yeah, they're looking better. Weren't they playing like Czechoslovakia and like the group?
They played the Czech Republic, and they won 119-84. So
I think they're going to be fine. I think it's kind of like the NBA playoffs where you had a bunch of players who just looked really fatigued because they've played a whole lot of basketball in a very short period of time, especially if your team was good enough to be in the bubble. I think they'll be fine. It's not like they had a lot of time together because the playoffs were still going on. And it's like once they figure out, what's going on and get kind of used to that lovable, surly old dick, Coach Pop, I think they'll be fine. If they lose, I'm not too fucked up about it. Like, if they lose, blame Kobe Bryant. Blame Kobe Bryant. This is why, because he turned it into a global game.
That's fair. That's a very fair thing to say. Tomorrow is the test. We are playing Spain, and Spain is generally pretty good.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio. They probably got a Gasol or 6.
I wonder how cool would it be to like go to the finals and it's like United States versus like Slovenia.
Oh, against Luka, that would be pretty fly. Luka will score like 80, dude. Yep. I kind of like Luka, and I also think he's kind of like an entitled prick, but you kind of the kind that you like, And if that makes sense.
I know exactly what you mean. He's the entitled like sports prick that you still kind of want to root for.
Yeah, it's like the one that you like off the field, but when you're playing against him, you fucking hate him because all he does is just wreck your shit.
Now, as I was saying before, all the other sports going to the rear view, getting behind me. Football is in the forefront.
Oh my god!
Football is here. This is July was the last month with no football, so we have for you folks 5 storylines that we're looking for in the NFL and college football. I can't wait to break these down. Let's just fucking get into it. NFL number 1, this Aaron Rodgers presser and just the whole ethos, the whole whatever is going on in Green Bay is something my eyes are going to be fucking glued to this year.
Yeah, that presser was insane. Like that, I don't want to say it was unprofessional, but like you never see a professional athlete give that sort of candor, especially when like the people he's talking about are from the organization are in the same room and are going to get to talk like right after you. Like that shit was savage, and I loved every fucking minute of it. Also, man, screw degenerate gamblers for getting that wrong, having us talking about him retiring last week.
I was on top of that all fucking year. I got a ticket for Green Bay to the Super Bowl. I got my friend. I didn't get it, but I got him. He got another Rodgers for MVP ticket. So I'm just like, Rodgers is going to be pissed. He's going to be fucking in super try hard mode.
Yeah.
Got them to win the division at -120, which I love.
Dude, I will be honest. I really did not think you would ever see him in a Green Bay uniform again. Like he just so doubled down, tripled down on what he was saying. But also during the presser, he made it sound like he and his team were like ironclad, like no leaks, and that like all the leaks were coming. Everything that was being floated out there is being floated out either by Green Bay or it was false. And like when you think about some of the stuff that Green Bay floated out, it really shows just like the nasty fucking underbelly of the beast, where one of the first things that a NFL organization will do if you're having any sort of issue is they immediately assassinate people's character. And it's so fucked up to do that to people, especially whatever, one of the mantras is, don't get mad. It's just a business.
That's so fucking stupid. Like, if it's just a business, why wouldn't you let your most profitable person, the person basically running your franchise and the face of your franchise, in on the business?
Right. Exactly. I completely agree. That turns to him from like valued business partner to monkey on leash, like monkey on leash that throws footballs well. That's what
you're just gonna create like turmoil and fucking bad chemistry between the management and your star player, and that's a worst case scenario.
I still think that there's plenty of time for this to absolutely sour, like by like mid-season, and him just be like, "Fuck it, I'm out." I 100% could see him be like, "Fuck it, I'm out" by like game 6.
The thing is, I think he still seems, even from that presser, especially, he seems to be all in with like the players on his team, his teammates,
right?
And, like even I thought maybe the coaching staff he had something against. He doesn't seem like he's that against the coaching staff. It's all just like the business management. It's like the GM side.
He went far back when it came to like airing out dirty laundry as to like players he felt like were not given a good shake, like leaving the organization. Like, I mean, he invoked Jordy Nelson.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the dynamic duo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But like before that, I mean, were you gonna bring out Greg Jennings too? Like, anyone else you wanna trot out here? Yeah, it was. Yeah. I'm glad he did it. Like I've always said, I'm always all for player empowerment. And when the more often that people speak truth to power, the more you get better results.
This has made me do, I think, like a complete 180 on my thoughts on the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. At first, I was like, I remember at the beginning, I was like, he's kind of coming off like a baby back bitch in this. But that's all. That was all from info being leaked by the Green Bay Packers management.
Right. And you also, I don't know, I've always felt that, like, especially since they're not owned by, for lack of better terms, a rich fuck, that the Green Bay ownership structure and like management structure was kind of cool and like a little bit different. They were owned by the town and everything, but it's like they still operate the same. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how similar Green Bay is to other NFL teams. The cool thing, did you see what the I think this has caused some cool things to happen in the NFL at large. Have you seen what the Cardinals are doing?
I have not.
So Cliff Kingsbury and I believe other Cardinals management has specifically said that they are letting Kyler Murray in on every business decision of the franchise. They're not like they're possibly taking his words into it. He doesn't get the final say on anything, but they're bringing him in to consort and then like discuss and have his opinion.
I would be pro every NFL team doing that, because for one, something that it's going to do is it's going to almost serve as like an internship for people of color to start working in the NFL front office and start working those jobs. And like that's one of those just kind of like barriers to advancement that the NFL has. Outside of coaching, it's like you just don't see very many minority faces in front offices. I could see that being a stepping stone. That's great. I love it.
I think it'd be awesome. I think this is going to be this might be the main storyline I look for in the NFL. The next one we have up here, how do we think training camp's going, and does it affect anything? Like, I feel like every single piece of news I hear from training camp is almost never good. Like I heard one from the Dolphins not too long ago that Tua was struggling passing, and then you see video the next day. It's like, oh, he's looking great. Carson Wentz is fucking injured already.
Right. Yeah. That's the least promising thing that I've heard out of any sort of training camp. I mean, it's got to be boring to be like a beat writer for a team and report everyone did really well on their drills. Like there's got to be something going wrong in training camp. But yeah, that Carson Wentz shit, that is bad.
That doesn't look good
for the Colts.
I heard he's going to try and like rehab it and stay off it for a few days, and then just kind of go without surgery, see if he can play, and it's not looking promising.
I mean, I hope for his sake he can play. For my own sake, like it'd be kind of fun to be able to talk more shit about Carson Wentz. So, like physically, I hope he's okay, but also I hope that I can talk shit about him.
It would be pretty damn funny. Before we get into the next, I mean, just to me, it's just that there's no good, like no news out of training camp is good news.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to hear that anybody has problems. You don't want to hear about any sort of like contract holdouts. You don't want to hear about, anybody's got the throw in the picks around. It's give me just a nothing day out of a training camp. And
that's what I want. Nothing day until preseason. Before we get into our next storyline, I got my boy here, Renegade Jim, another Solidarian Jim, recommending that we watch Outer Banks. He says the show's insane. I've actually never seen it.
I have. I love the Nat Geo channel. I've been watching nothing but shark programming on the Nat Geo channel for the last 3 or 4 weeks straight. So I don't think
that's what the Outer Banks is.
No, the Outer Banks is the Wicked Tuna Outer Banks. It's where the folks from Gloucester, they head down south to the Outer Banks, Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, and they fish for tuna down there. So you get the mix of like the Southern accent, but also like the crazy masshole accent too.
I think he's talking about the Netflix show.
What?
Yeah.
What? There's more?
The Outer Banks is an American action-adventure mystery teen drama television series created by Jonas Pate, and Shannon Burke that premiered via streaming on Netflix.
And no one fishes for tuna.
Outer Banks is set in a coastal town along the Outer Banks of Northern Carolina where there's a stark social divide between wealthy seasonal residents and working-class locals.
The working-class locals fish for tuna. Did they leave that
part out? The show follows
a
group of pogue teenagers who live in the Cut and are determined to find out what happens to the missing father of the group's ringleader.
What is a pogue? Does that have something to do with tuna also?
I don't know.
Does this have nothing to do with tuna?
Nothing to do with tuna.
I'm out.
That's fair.
Wash my hands of it. No tuna, no me.
Maybe in season 2 they'll get something with tuna. Moving on, the next NFL storyline we're looking at, will this be the year that Tom Brady finally stops being the fucking GOAT and like incredible? I don't think so. I honestly don't.
No. I don't think it will either. Like,
I feel like that just has to be a storyline every year. It's not going to happen. He's going to he'll take this off season, he'll eat some more babies or something, and then he'll just get superpowers.
Yeah, I think whenever it does finally happen, it will be like rapid onset. Like he will just go from like great to absolutely nothing, just literally in the matter of like a couple of games.
You think
But
it'll be like a Peyton Manning thing, kind of?
yeah, like almost like that, where just all of a sudden he can't, And I've said before that like I don't think that he's got his fastball or a good deep ball.
His game
anymore.
is way different than like mid 2000s Brady.
There's a reason why his game, like he could not have the same game with Randy Moss like he's had with like Julian Edelman for the last however many years. Like he's not that same person. He can still uncork it, but like it's hard for the old man to take the top off the defense when his arthritis won't let him out, unscrew the jar.
Like he's not going to be slinging the deep ball, but he still, I believe, has one of like the fastest releases in the league. Like from when he gets the snap to like throwing the ball, he's like fucking that.
You want to talk about longevity? That's why he's lasted. That's why he's still able to.
He just doesn't get sacked.
He doesn't get sacked. He doesn't get hit. He does the whole thing. He doesn't do it as much as Peyton Manning does, but that whole just like throw it and then throw yourself to the ground so no one can hit you move, which is I get it, but I like seeing people. Yeah,
I would give him shit if he wasn't like 50 years old.
Right. No, it'll be rapid onset, but I don't think this is the year.
I also don't think this is the year. I would say I'm gonna put it out here. 2024. He's done. He doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, I could see him doing his current contract and then another 1 year and then being done. Especially if he wins this year.
How old would he be in 2024?
47.
Jesus Christ.
See, check if I'm right, but I want to say 47.
So he's 43 right now. He's going to be 44 by the time the season starts.
Okay, so 47. Yeah. Carry the one divided by pi.
Jesus Christ.
47. I'm actually I'm impressed and embarrassed with myself that I knew like off the top of my head how old
you're
Tom
the math
Brady
guy
was.
on this show.
Yeah, man.
Next storyline. I put this one in here. Matthew Stafford on the Rams. Everyone's been saying how underrated he was on the Lions, how he was that team. He was propping them up. He was making that team look way better than they should. In this Rams offense, in this Sean McVay offense, with the tools that he has, with the defense that he has behind him as well, can this team elevate Matthew Stafford to win an MVP?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
No, I actually have a really good reason for this.
Okay.
All right. What was it Cam Akers? He just ruptured his Achilles. He's done for the season. Unless LA can make some sort of studly free agent signing at running back, so much of their offense is based off of misdirection and play action based off of the stretch play that if you don't have someone who is a threat carrying the ball, that they're either going to need to like rework that offense or do something else, like just straight drop back and protect and let him, sling the ball around, or their offense is going to work, because that's how it works. They put a lot of just eye candy out there and get you misdirected and looking all sorts of different places.
That's okay. That'll be the caveat. He can, and the Rams can, if they get a true stud at running back.
Yeah, either through free agent signing or someone just balls out at camp. I mean, like some like undrafted free agent or something, which happens. It actually happens. It's not far-fetched.
So that'll be the caveat for that one. The last one we have for the NFL is my personal favorite, my storyline that I'm going to be looking at like fucking crazy. Will an XFL player start in an NFL game any point in time during this season?
Yeah. Taylor Heineke.
There we fucking go. I'm on that train too. Taylor Heineke's going to start a game.
I mean,
by week 6, Taylor Heineke will start. I'm going to say it right here.
And it might not be a long-term thing, or it also, I mean, since you've got Fitzmagic, it could very much be a long-term thing too. But he'll start a game. I guarantee it. The
two biggest odds for me, I think also the Steelers might have like an offensive lineman that will probably also start a game.
Okay.
And then Donald Parham, tight end for the Los Angeles Chargers. He could start a game.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like it. Yeah, Donald Parham, of course he could.
And if on the off chance that Sam Darnold gets injured, I'm not rooting for injury, but if he gets injured, it is not unthinkable that we could see PJ Walker, MVP of the XFL, start a game for the Carolina Panthers.
Fucking Weapon X, the man who can do it all, PJ Walker. Hell yeah.
Fucking amazing. Before we get away from the what was that?
I was gonna say, sorry, Sam Darnold, if that happens, because your job is gone.
Fucking
it's gone, son.
Cooked.
You are done.
Before we get away from the NFL, I do have a guy on YouTube, Rockefeller Steel. He's on your train. Stafford winning the MVP is not going to happen. The real question is the Rams, will they make the playoffs? I think that's pretty safe. I think they will.
It's not a guarantee. That's a tough division.
It's not a guarantee. It's a super tough division, but I think they will.
I kind of think they will too. I think that their defense will carry them in enough games.
They made it last year with a hobbled Jared Goff.
Right. And who puts up as much fight as like a hobbled Ryan Gosling, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think they've got an excellent chance, but I also think that it's a division that you could easily see a division winner and then a wild card coming out of. Like, there's a good chance that you have two powers. I'm not sure who it could be, because it could still always be the Cardinals. It could always be the Cardinals. They could put something together, and Seattle's always a threat too.
I think it's between those three.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I can't say that you can rule out San Francisco.
You can't, but I feel like San Francisco is more of a, like, they'll ruin someone else's season rather than like them make the playoffs this year.
It depends on how many knee surgeries Jimmy Garoppolo will have during the year.
Yeah, it definitely does. Moving on to college football. Did you pay attention to any media days? Because I usually don't, because all it is coach speak and what fans want to hear.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of coach speak and players, trained on answers, saying what the fan base wants to hear. Like, I 100% refuse to take a sound bite and run with it and get excited about my team or any other team.
I hope NIL kind of makes it so that the players can kind of open up and be a little bit more honest. I don't know if that will, but I think it'd be fun.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. You always check in to see what your coach said to make sure that he didn't say anything stupid. And then also, I mean, it's good to get like kind of the goosebumps and the blood boiling for football.
I do have to admit that when, as a Nebraska fan, through the media days and whatnot, this is generally the period about like college football time where my hype reaches about its peak. And I'd post about it on Twitter, but this is the time where every fan base should be hype, excited. Yeah. Everyone's undefeated. Nobody knows how the season's going to go. We have like assumptions, we have theories, but nobody knows. For all we fucking know, Nebraska and Arkansas could play in the national championship this year.
It's when your like rational self's prediction of 6-6 turns into 9-3 overnight.
I 100% my rational ceiling of 6-6 has already gone up to 8-4. So. Right,
exactly. And all it took was someone to say like adversity or other like buzzwords. It's what was it like Calais Campbell used to say on that one Amazon show? It gets your piss hot. You know what I'm saying? Gets the piss hot.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, with the college football storylines, here we are with number one. Will the decision to jump conferences cost Oklahoma and Texas games in the Big 12 due to officiating? Call me a fucking conspiracy theorist, but when Nebraska decided to leave the Big 12, we were getting fucked.
I feel like there's some sort of righteous retribution because, I mean, say the Big 12 dissolves, like those referees are going to lose their officiating jobs unless they can find something else. Like you're messing with people's fucking meal tickets. Well, if you're a referee, you're probably doing something else, most of the days of the week, but still, like you're losing probably a pretty good chunk of money. You probably get taken care of to do those games. Like I can 100% see this season just being being just like a loss because they just get home cooked at every turn.
And I don't think it'll be like if I'm a referee, I'm not going to make it obvious. I'll be like, oh, you didn't make this first down here, or like that wasn't a penalty on Iowa State.
Like, if you're the coach of Oklahoma, if you're Lincoln Riley, are you going to challenge every single spot? Like whenever I move the ball back about 2 feet every single time, like you don't have that many challenges, blood,
Yeah, you just don't.
Sorry, blood. That ain't going to happen, man. Like, yeah, dude, and if I were the Big 12, I would 100% condone this too. Like 100% condone what's
I
happening.
saw. I'm on team. Actually, penalize it when the opposing teams don't do horns down.
Yeah, that is a 95-yard penalty whenever you don't do this. Like,
And if Texas responds to horns down, that's a penalty.
then it's a forfeit. It's a forfeit. They just lose at that point.
Fucking goddamn. Fuck Texas and fuck Oklahoma. Storyline number 2. Will Clemson be okay after the Trevor Lawrence era? This is kind of, I'm going to lump questions 2 and 3 kind of together because we see these powers. Like Alabama is the poster child. It seems like every year Alabama sends so many players to the NFL and they lose so many coaches and they just reload every time. Nick Saban just reloads. I'm wondering, Trevor Lawrence has been the guy in Clemson for a while. And like after Deshaun Watson left, they were kind of struggling for a couple years until he kind of rose up. Can Clemson reload the way Alabama can? Can Ohio State just reload a new quarterback, a bunch of new players? And then on a smaller note, can these G5 schools reload? Can like an App State reload? Can a UCF reload? Can a fucking Memphis reload? Can a Boise State reload? There's so many.
So okay, with Clemson, I think Clemson is going to have some trouble, even though was his DJ, is that what they call him? The guy.
Yeah, well, we got Rockefeller and DJ Uwangalele is going to be just as great as Trevor, just in a different way, is his opinion.
Okay, now, and he has some game experience, but I also think that there is 100% going to be some sort of growing pain. And I really just don't think that he's the same kind of like generational talent that everyone kind of regarded Trevor Lawrence to be. And it seemed like the Clemson offense was so dependent on just electric quarterback play. Like I can see them falling off if he's just not the same person as Trevor Lawrence.
So it's not, Trevor Lawrence is a once in a generation talent. Like people were pegging him as the first overall pick when he was in high school.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
DJ is going to be good. He's going to be probably great. He does look at the moment, at least from the games he played last year, he looks a little raw. But
he also looks like he's about
fantastic.
300 pounds too.
Which I love. I do love that. I do love DJ. But
R.I.P. Jared Lorenzen.
Forever in our hearts. But not only are they missing Trevor Lawrence, they're missing Travis Etienne, a really great running back. They're missing some players on defense. I'm pretty sure they're missing a couple receivers too. Like this is not just a Trevor Lawrence thing.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, I have faith in Alabama to reload, though I feel like this is, if you catch Alabama, this is going to be the year to do it because it always seems like the next, it's like you have great quarterback and then you always have, it seems like they always have a down year.
So
with
I think
quarterback's not quite as good.
I think with Alabama, the reason we have faith is just because it's been proven. Like back in like 2013, 2014, I don't think we had that faith.
Yeah, but I don't know. This feels like the year that Alabama could miss the playoffs because it's just like the new quarterback starting.
I feel that way too. I think we'll get into this in a future show when we kind of like talk futures and everything like that. But yeah. I might not have Alabama in the playoffs, which is crazy. It's a hot take, but fuck me.
Yeah. Now with every other position on the field, 100%, they've reloaded with somebody who's just as good or better. 100%. It's always going to be the quarterback that's the question. Alabama, and they've had just a good stretch of quarterbacks for a while. The G5 schools, there's far too much turnover in G5 coaching, like for anyone to be able to just reload like that. There's no like well-oiled like G5 machine. Like even if you go back to Boise State, they don't have. I would say
that's the one.
Yeah.
Like they reloaded from Chris Peterson to Brian Harsin, but both those guys were there for a long time.
Right. You have to have some sort of continuity to be able to reload like that, I think.
So I think out of all the G5 schools, I do think Boise's the most poised to be able to reload because they do seem to kind of like once a coach leaves to go somewhere else, they do just hire like his offensive coordinator, defense, someone from within the program that knows how it's been run.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would argue Boise State has been the best G5 school of the last decade.
And you have to consider that Boise State has just a pretty strong recruiting pipeline into California. They're able to pull a lot of talented kids out of California. You would assume that UCF would be about the same, but they're in that same kind of issue of they have kind of coaching turnover. Like Josh Heupel's at Tennessee now. You don't have.
Yeah, they went from Scott Frost to Josh Heupel, and then now they're doing a fucking retread, which I don't like. They're going to Gus Malzahn, who's like, I'm sure he'll be fine, but I don't like retreads in the G5.
Yeah, and you know what? He's not going to recruit as well as he did at Auburn because it's Auburn.
Yeah.
Not so savory shit's happening at Auburn usually. But yeah, I don't think, he'll lose some of that recruiting moxie. And then, I'm sure Auburn pulled kids out of Florida, but probably not at the same rate that they pulled kids out of Georgia, out of Alabama, out of Mississippi, out of Texas. So you'll have to make a lot of recruiting inroads locally. And I've heard he's not that personable of a guy. He is super Christian, which I'm sure will like resonate really well with some, high school football coaches. But I think outside of that, he's just what some people might call a huge cocksucker.
I have heard that vibe.
Yeah.
He gives off the huge cocksucker vibe. I'm just thinking this is we kind of saw the downturn with UCF a little bit under Heupel. I think this just continues it under Malzahn. Yep. App State, I think it can rebuild back up, but just losing coaches back to back like that, because Eli Drinkowitz was there for he was there for 1 year.
Yeah, I guess they're good at getting back to equilibrium after they hire a new coach, but you still have that kind of lapse where it's okay, who is this? And why are you trying to get me to go to Boone, North Carolina? What do you mean you don't have enough seats in your stadium? So my family's going to have to watch a game from a tree stand, which we got to do. We got to do that. We got to go to Boone and watch from a tree stand. Yeah.
I would love to go to Boone, but yeah, I think it's going to be really hard for the G5 schools. Clemson is up in the air. I guess you could also argue, is Notre Dame going to be able to be one of those schools that sort of reloads? They lost a lot too.
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure if they can.
I think Notre Dame can be one of those schools that once every 3 years makes the playoffs. And they they make the playoffs, they lose a bunch of those players to the draft, and then they kind of rebuild. They're going to win 9 or 10 games. They'll be fine. They'll still be a good team. And then they'll just rebuild, and then in 3 years they'll go undefeated and make the playoffs.
Yep. Even if and the thing about Brian Kelly that I actually kind of like and works in this situation is so Ian Book leaves. They may not have the next stud Notre Dame quarterback. There's absolutely no qualms by Brian Kelly to trot out 3 to 4 quarterbacks in a single game just to fit whatever situation until someone actually emerges. So I'm less worried about that, more worried about what they replace on defense. I think their lines are always going to be good.
I think Notre Dame on the interiors, at least on offensive interior, is always going to be good.
It's going to be. Do you have stud linebackers? Can you reload with defensive backs with ball skills? And on offense, maybe they always seem to have those kind of skill position kids too. So. Yeah. And
then Ohio State, I feel is almost in the same category as Alabama, that they can pretty much reload. It all depends on quarterback to me.
Yeah, they didn't miss a fucking step whenever you had the transition from Dirtbag Meyer to Ryan Day. Yeah.
Dirtbag Meyer to Dirtbag Day.
Yeah.
Although Day does seem nicer, but whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think he seems I don't feel like he's got a couple murders in his past that he's covering up, which I feel I know for sure.
I think for sure Urban Meyer has that.
Yeah.
Up next for the storyline, will the Pac-12 be nationally talked about? I think this whole point, this storyline, this potential storyline rests entirely on the shoulders of Washington and Oregon.
So I actually disagree. I think they have to be good, but you won't have national recognition until USC, unless USC is a player.
I could see that. I would see that more if USC played a team East this year. Mm-hmm. I think just the fact that maybe UCLA could also be a factor,
right,
in this discussion, because they're playing Oregon is playing Ohio State, Washington is playing Michigan, UCLA is playing LSU. They're playing these teams from these, like, I mean, people say the Big Ten and the SEC are the two big conferences. They're the strongest conferences. And if Washington and Oregon can get these games, like if Oregon can upset Ohio State, they're in the playoff hunt all year. And I think just them being in the playoff hunt makes the Pac-12 relevant.
That's fair. If they can get that win, it's a lot more likely. If they don't get it and they're having to like muddle through to win the division, and it's a toss up, and if they're going to win their conference, if they even go to the playoff, I don't think people east of the Rockies will really give a fuck.
Which sucks because the Pac-12 is usually one of the most entertaining conferences to watch year in and year out.
Yeah, I mean they've got some cool shit. I mean, I'm usually like consumed by hate of USC, but like you forget that like Utah is there and just like pumping out some pretty solid football teams for the last couple of years. Like, having Utah, if you can just get it to where like you've got like a Utah and Oregon, Washington, all very highly ranked and regarded, then people will care.
I think that's what it takes. I think it's like they don't even necessarily have to win these games, but if they're like super competitive down to the wire, then like I would say that gets some people to at least pay attention to the Pac-12. Like if every one of these games comes down to like the last second.
Yeah. I mean, exciting football is always going to bring people's attention. It might not, keep the Heisman voters awake long enough to get a kid from Pac-12 a Heisman or anything, but
dude, just watch UCLA get LSU. Watch it happen.
Oh man. Oh my God. Where are they playing? Where's that game?
They're playing at the Rose Bowl. They're playing in Pasadena. The other two, so like Washington and Oregon are traveling. Like Washington is playing at Michigan. Oregon's playing at Ohio State.
That's rough for Oregon.
That's rough for Oregon, but they get them early.
I'm going to be honest. That puts LSU on upset alert for me a little bit. And this is not the Joe Burrow LSU.
This is not. And 2020 gave me very I don't know LSU. I hope it's just a hiccup for them, but
yeah, fair.
The last storyline: can Alabama potentially repeat as national champions? And I think yes, if Bryce Young is everything people have been like talking him up to be.
Yeah, you either need that or you need a complete change from the like Lane Kiffin, Steve Sarkisian offenses that were like had dynamic quarterback play and need to just have like a bell cow running back and go back to like old like Nick Saban Alabama that was just like, all right, we're gonna line you up and we're gonna be bigger than you and try to stop it.
Yep.
Like that's the only way I can see it working if they don't have a quarterback. They need like a King Henry level running back.
I mean, you have to like remember though, like 2 years ago, like they had the same killer offense and they didn't win a playoff. They didn't even make the playoffs in 2019.
That's true. You know what I love years that they don't make the playoffs is like Nick Saban does not give a fuck about those games. Like it seems like they always lose those bowl games that have no implications. He's like, yeah, I don't fucking care. Like it's championship or nothing.
He's like, I'm already recruiting. So
yeah, man. Like I rather enjoy, especially because they're going to be so easy to bet against. You get so much value.
Oh, it's so good. I remember that Sugar Bowl when they played Oklahoma, the Trevor Knight coming out party.
Right. Oh my God.
That's all I have for college football. That's all I have for the NFL. You got any storyline you're interested in?
No, but I mean they're going to develop. As everything keeps going, it's you just gotta see what's going on. You gotta see how the chips fall. Like as soon as I get some news, I'm sure there will be something earth rattling soon. But yeah, I feel like that that's my first level of intrigue is what we talked about.
Once the season starts, I'm gonna try very hard, and I'm gonna try for this podcast to be like living in the moment. I don't want to be like speculating. I don't want to spend like week 3 already thinking playoff implications. I want to be living in the moment every week.
Just enjoy college football. Just enjoy college football and where college football takes us.
Because holy fuck, will this be gone before we know it?
It always is. It's February and football is fucking gone.
Jesus fucking Christ. So without further ado, before we get into your cul-de-sac, my thoughts, the XFL news, let's roll with another lovely Manscaped ad. Breaking news, folks. This important PSA is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com has just come out with their new product, the Lawnmower 4.0. And let me tell you, our news organization, This Garage, has been one of the first recipients to have it, and we cannot rave enough about this product. For more on that, let's go to Pubic Jim. Give it to us, boy. Thank you, news anchor Jim. And I must say, after using the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 promo code XFL for 20% off and free shipping, this product is worth the fucking price. I tell you, especially when you get 20% off. It's amazing, it's durable, it's waterproof, it's fucking beautiful. Look at this thing. It got my pubic area trimmed like a fucking baseball park, and I'm feeling great, looking great. All thanks to Manscaped and the Lawnmower 4.0, promo code XFL for 20% off and free shipping. Back to you, Anchor Jim. That's right, folks, and my sources have given me even more information on this beautiful product, Lawnmower 4.0, at Manscaped.com, promo code XFL Jim for 20% off and free shipping. It's got a 4000K LED spotlight on it. You can basically light up your fucking garage at night when the power goes out with this bad boy. It's that fucking bright. You're not missing any trims with this thing. It's varying sizes of blades, allows you to get in every nook and cranny down there, so it doesn't matter what you got going on, you're going to get it trimmed no matter what. This bad boy, it's waterproof. Let me fucking tell you that. It's waterproof. That means if you're in the shower, the bathtub, you got your scented candles all going on, you got some Barry Manilow on, you're just gently shaving your gooch. It's perfect for that. You're not going to get the hair anywhere on the floor. It just goes right down the drain. Lickety fucking split. And the wireless battery charger allows you to charge it so fast and for so long. This thing lasts forever. Take it with me everywhere I go. Its battery lasts longer than almost anything I've ever used in my life. So go over to manscaped.com. Do it right now. Go get yourself a Lawnmower 4.0. It's so good. And make sure you use promo code XFL for 20% off and free shipping. That is 20% off and free shipping with promo code XFL. Do it now. Go get the Lawnmower 4.0. Manscaped, breaking news. And back to you, Pubic Jim. Yes, this thing is fucking awesome. Promo code XFL for 20% off and free shipping. Go get you one. There you have it, folks. Make sure you go to Manscaped. Use promo code XFL, 20% off, free shipping. You saw the ad. Let's fucking go. Take me, my man, to your cul-de-sac.
Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to say is the reason that Manscaped thing has happened is because X's going to give it to you. But, so, you know, I've been big into wagering on baseball, making baseball parlay picks and everything. Well, we just had the MLB trade deadline. Did you follow at all, Jim, the MLB trade deadline?
As little as I follow baseball, I still followed a little bit of the trade deadline because one of my dear co-hosting friends on Twitter, Garrett from Iowa.
Yeah,
Garrett from Iowa had to very, very upset about the Cubs trades. He's a big Cubs fan.
He should be because they got gutted. Anybody who was of value was up for that fire sale. Well, the Dodgers proceeded to accumulate all-star players like they're fucking Pokemon, just catching them all. And it seemed like such a, I don't know, it just feels like the competitive balance in baseball is all out of whack because you have teams like the Dodgers, you have teams like the Red Sox, you have teams like the Yankees that just fucking gobble. Yeah,
it's all about that. Baseball, I feel like more than any other sport, maybe soccer, is just like all about money. That's all that fucking matters.
So I was in the shower the other day. The hot water's hitting me. I'm washing the head hair. I'm washing the face hair. But by the way, as soon as you treat your beard like it's your head hair, you're in for a world of just pleasure. I started thinking to myself, does baseball need a salary cap?
That would make it quite interesting.
I mean, you have these things like the Tampa Bay Rays who have like a quarter, if that, of the LA Dodgers salary. playing in the World Series. And it's like, I mean, I understand that there's like a little bit of like a little guy, David versus Goliath sort of thing with that. But like, I don't want to see the same like 5 teams on television every day in the way that you get like,
especially like now you're getting the Dodgers, the Padres, the Yankees, the Red Sox, and then like you're kind of like your local teams. Like I get the Royals.
Yeah, like, you'll always have your local stuff, but like the ESPN like Sunday night game and stuff, like it feels like if they're going to show it to you, it's going to have one of those teams that you mentioned. And it's like, if I were baseball, I feel like it would be better for baseball on the whole if we went ahead and just gave ourselves a little bit of like competitive balance and gave, these smaller market teams a chance, which it's baseball, so anything can happen. So it's not like they're just fucking screwed. It's just like they're fucking screwed like 80% of the years that they play.
It definitely feels that way. It feels like I was kind of almost this way with the NBA, but it really feels this way in the MLB that it's just like fuck small markets.
Right. Yeah, it definitely feels like that. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the fact that, like if you want to talk about like ownership having power in sports, the baseball ownership is that shit is crazy. Like how much power they have compared to the other sports. So Jim, just an update. We are down to our last out in Tampa, Boston versus Tampa in your Save Your Life parlay.
In case you guys missed the video, go check out my channel on Better Than Vegas. There's a very intense video on there where my life is in the hands of this man here. If his parlay hits, I survive.
Yeah, well, we got a 3-1 count, 2 outs, chance to maybe either walk the bases full or tie here. So it's looking good, but also still very tense. Like we're in the diffusing a bomb portion of like a thriller movie right now. But yeah, that was my shower thought. Was like, do we need the salary cap in baseball?
I think I'm going to say yes.
Okay, I like it. I'm for it. I agree.
Okay, now there's a little bit of XFL news going on for you folks. There's some stuff going on. There's what do we got? We got me training for my life, training like a horse.
Yeah.
You, my lovely co-host, helping me with that.
Yeah. That was intense. That was my hardest job to date as a. Oh God! Why couldn't you collide and drop the fucking ball? You're dead, bro.
I'm dead.
I'll
have to escape, but it's fucking whatever.
Jesus Christ.
My boy Chase. He trained me like a horse. It was very intense. I had some oats. I had on the down low. I had some horse. We'll call them PEDs. We'll call them PEDs. I had some Pez. Those were fucking delicious. I have been training like a motherfucker for the XFL, and that's why I'm not as upset now. I've had some time to reevaluate where the XFL is starting in 2023. It gives me another year to get my body in shape. You can see where this is at right now. This is going to be a pristine. I'm gonna sculpt the perfect XFL player out of this body. It's what's going to happen, folks. Just wait and fucking see. The XFL won't know what hit them. Just like my co-host, just like the beautiful Chase always says, X is going to give it to the fucking XFL. I'm going to put the X in XFL. I'm fucking saying it right now. It's going to happen. I'm training my fucking ass off. And I can't wait. And I'm at this point right now as an XFL fan that I don't know what they're doing right now. I really hope we hear something this fall. Very disappointed in the Red Sox. Very, very disappointed in the Red Sox.
I can't get greedy. I would have hit 2 just like sizable
nice
parlays 2 nights in a row. But okay. Here we go. I'm back in it. I'm back with you, babe. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about right now how disappointed I am in the XFL. It seems like they don't care about promotion or like they don't care about social media.
I mean, you showing the side by side of their hype video.
It's just lazy. That's the one thing I was so hyped with The Rock and Danny Garcia. The one thing you couldn't say about either of them that they're lazy. You can't say that about The Rock, and I hate that.
And I feel like, unlike the first iteration with Vince McMahon, you've got quite possibly one of the most charismatic people in entertainment right now with The Rock. Like, how is he not just like making like commercial after commercial after all sorts of just hype things to get get everybody excited, like keep the spirit alive. Like, I don't like the Easter egg thing that they do. Like, don't be coy with me. Like, give me something substantial.
I do wonder if they're kind of just going to like put all their eggs into like promoting it next year and just like being like when it's 2022 being like next year, it's the year of the XFL. But I was perfectly on board. I was so hype. I was downtrodden. I was like downstream with them. And then that social media video, just like it's been gnawing at the back of my head. I'm just like, the one thing that the XFL, like one of the things, but one of the best things the XFL did in 2020 was its social media account. It was, in my opinion, the best social media account, like for sports wise ever. The guy who ran it, Bailey Carlin, fucking GOAT social media, good meme maker. He's really good at interacting with fans, getting like making things funny, keeping up with current trends. And I just don't see that with the XFL right now. They haven't posted shit. And the one thing they do post is just all they changed on the video was like coming 2023. That's it.
Right. Well, all it means now is that as things start to materialize, because I mean, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe like there's a framework, but there's still a lot of unknowns. So it's hard to hype what you don't necessarily know. But like from basically now that we know it's 2023 until 2023, like it's time to start just pumping shit out, man.
And what I would do is I would just kind of like leave these little breadcrumbs. Like it's for the rest of this year, kind of like you're seeing like football season is here. You can kind of incorporate some like XFL stuff, like cheer on some of these college players that you might like be under the radar.
Right.
You could try and like do some promotional stuff. And then when 2022 rolls around, like right after the Super Bowl, be like, bam, a year from now, we're going to be fucking this shit up. It's going to be so awesome. And then just all throughout next year, all the time, just be pumping out, being like, here are the coaches. Here are the players. Like, here are some players. We're doing the draft at this point. We have this person running it. We have this going on. We're going to be going to this city to like celebrate and hype everything up.
Yeah. Here's Matt McGloin walking on broken glass.
I would love it.
Yeah. Here's what I want is like those sort of releases, but also like, let me hear one, like you changed the framework last time of how you're going to revolutionize the game, like what you're going to change, like in the rollout leading into 2023, give me one just like earth shattering drop of like how you're changing not only football, but the business of football. Like if something like we talked about, like, and by the way, if you've graduated from high school, you're eligible. Boom, mic drop. Everyone will be talking about the XFL for the next year and a half.
Yep. It'd be huge news. And if that's even the only change they make from 2020, that would still be huge.
That still changes professional football at its core.
God, that's all I want. I just want news. I want XFL news in my life. I could be satiated right now because college football and the NFL are going to be taking up a lot of time. So I could put it on XFL will be forefront in my mind, but I don't need a ton of news to get me through life like I did this entire summer.
Right. Yeah.
But they better fucking have something when February rolls around next year.
Oh, they will. 100%.
They have to. They can't just let the USFL and the fan-controlled football league fucking like dominate spring football talk.
I feel like there's got to be like one of those, countdown clocks that's set to like first day of 2023, and it's like, all right, this is the schedule. This is how what we're gonna drop on you. This is when we're gonna drop it on you, and we're gonna blow your fucking mind. You're gonna be rabid for XFL, rabid-er for XFL.
Yes, and yes. And an XFL will say parallel sort of news. There is another spring football league going on. But it's going on in the fall. So we have the X League coming up next month, but we actually don't even just have football starting this month. We have football starting this week.
Ooh.
The CFL.
Nah.
Thursday. I mean, yeah, fuck them for not joining with the XFL. Fuck them for that. But that's still an entertaining product. I think you can watch it on ESPN Plus.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
It's football.
It's football. It's football. I still don't know what an Argonaut is, but sure.
I don't know what an Argonaut is. All I know is that Elixir Deer is better than any mascot in the Deers. Sorry, the Deers are better than any mascot in the CFL.
I was watching that 30 for 30 Run Ricky Run about Ricky Williams last night. I completely forgot that he was even a Toronto Argonaut for a little bit.
I'm debating. I don't think I'm going to keep a spreadsheet on the CFL. Because of the XFL shit. They burn that bridge. They don't get a spreadsheet
for sure. Yeah, they're not spreadsheet worthy.
I'm pretty sure. I forget who I have. I think I have a ticket on the Rough Riders though.
Yeah, you do. Yay!
So we'll go Rough Riders this week over the Lions. But the CFL starting its season this week, so go check it out, folks. CFL Jim is wanting you guys to check it out. Maybe he will come out of the woodwork this week. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe CFL Jim will try and chug a bottle of maple syrup.
God, I don't want your kidneys to fail, but I want to see it. So can you be on dialysis while you do it?
Do we have the technology?
We got to. It's 2021, people.
We got to. That'll do it for the XFL news. Once the X League really starts up, I'm going to be getting way more into that too. That just makes it so that there's football on literally when the XFL and X League, when the X League, college football, Japanese college football, and the NFL are happening, there's football on literally 24/7.
Yeah.
It's a magical time of year. If I could hook myself up to a machine from August to the end of February and not sleep, I would do it.
Yeah, it's called Adderall. That's what the name of that machine is.
Yeah, but then I would die.
I've been fine for years.
That's a fair point. Before we get into my favorite, your favorite, and your favorite watching on the camera section of the podcast, there is one more ad we have to get through. I'm going to make this one quick. Manscaped.com. Once again, get your pubes in line. You don't want a fucking bad lawn. That I was driving through my town today. There's some people out here have a really mismanaged lawn. And you know what they don't have is a lawnmower. You want the Lawnmower 4.0 for your lawn, your gooch, your butt, and your balls. That's what you want this for. Go to manscaped.com right now. Use promo code XFL for 20% off and free shipping. Get yourself cleaned up. Go get a fucking job. Go get some money and bet it on some football futures, folks.
Yeah. Bet
the money that you save from this promo code on football futures. I will say that right now.
You know what? A futures bet. X also going to give it to you in the form of Manscaped savings.
Bada fucking bing. Let's go. Breaking down week 12 for the NFL season and the college football season. I am fucking hype, buddy.
Are we week 12 or are we week 13?
No, we're week 12 right now.
Okay. God, we're so close. We're
so close to college football. NFL, I think hear me out here. I think after we finish college football, we can like double up on the NFL because those weeks are so short.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's see what we can jump into. Man, I still can't believe we're already on week 12.
We got a Thursday night triple header to start with, it looks like.
It's going to be fucking beautiful. NFL. Chicago Cubs at the Detroit Lions.
I feel like the Cubs are going to be ill-prepared as a football team to play against the Lions. Did you see what you did there? That's
pretty good.
Yeah. The Bears. So I'm going to take the Lions. I'm going to go Lions here.
Ooh.
Oh, this is of course it's a triple header. This is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
All right. Look at me remembering how calendars work.
Keep in mind if you're doing, I don't know if other there's the Circa contest where you're betting games and whatnot in the survivor pool and everything like that.
Yeah.
They are treating Thanksgiving Day as its own week.
Ooh.
So that's super interesting if you're doing like the contest or the survivor pool.
Oh man, you might not leave yourself any outs with that.
Yeah, you gotta be super careful.
Man, that's crazy right there.
I am. You know what? It's Thanksgiving. Give me Detroit too. Yeah,
right.
It's got to be like this has got to be. If Detroit loses every game except for this one, I would believe it
for sure. Yeah, I'm with it.
Up next, Las Vegas Raiders at the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't know what's happening. I'm starting to feel bullish on the Cowboys. I'm going to say the Cowboys win.
Don't be like me and the fucking Vikings.
I don't know what's happening. I can't explain it, but it's happening. Cowboys.
I'm also going Cowboys similarly because it's Thanksgiving. I feel like they kind of like usually pull it out for Thanksgiving if I remember. I might be misremembering.
Right.
Up next, very exciting game, Buffalo at New Orleans.
Hey man, it happens in the Dome. It's going to be the Saints. Like, especially in like a holiday game because everyone is home. Everyone is probably drunker than usual. Saints.
Oh.
You know what this is? It's a W. You eat that W. It's eating W's.
Buffalo.
All right.
I mean, fuck me forever.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals steal one.
Fuck, I thought I was going to be clever and say it too, but we're both on the Bengals.
I think we have Bengals stealing back-to-back games. Like I think last week we had one. I think we have. So the Bengals go on a mini like win streak here.
You know what? Good for Cincinnati. No, I had Vegas winning last week. You have Cincinnati on a little bit of a win streak. Next up, the game that someone has to win: the New York Jets at the Houston Texans.
Jets.
It's all day, honestly. Tampa Bay at Indianapolis. And this Carson Wentz news has made this a very easy pick for me.
Yeah, if there's no Carson Wentz, then I have literally no idea what they trot out at quarterback. Even if they do trot Carson Wentz out at quarterback, then I go Buccaneers still.
Who is their backup?
Chad Kelly, I hope.
Sam Ellinger.
Oh, from Texas? Oh,
they got Sam Ellinger, Jacob Eason from Washington.
I'd rather have Jacob Eason, honestly.
You know what? Get Chad Kelly in the fucking league.
Get Chad Kelly in the league.
Atlanta.
Chad Kelly.
Fucking swag Kelly up in this bitch. Atlanta at Jacksonville.
Atlanta.
Give me Jacksonville.
Boo!
I know. This is more of a I'm rooting for my boy LaVisca and not Urban Meyer. I'm going to shove Urban Meyer in the closet this week.
Oh, LaVisca Chenault.
I love that man. I hate Colorado, but I love LaVisca Chenault. Carolina Panthers at the Miami Dolphins.
Panthers.
Ooh. We're both picking against each other's teams this week.
Yeah, this not a coincidence.
Jim. I know. This is good revenge. Tennessee Titans at the New England Patriots.
I'm going to go with the Titans.
I'm also going Titans here. Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Football Giants.
Danny Dimes. The New York Football Giants.
We are both on the Giants here. Chargers at the Broncos.
Chargers
all day there. Rams at the Packers.
Ooh, last week I would have said the Rams, no question, but now I go Packers.
I am right there with you. Green Bay's getting this one done. Minnesota Vikings at the San Francisco 49ers. You don't even need to ask me. I'm just going to fucking take Minnesota. Fuck my life.
You know what? I'm going to ride that train to hell with you. Let's go with the Vikings.
Let's go. The fighting.
Let's
cut. Jesus Christ.
Thelma and Louise it right off the edge of the cliff. Here.
Right off the edge of this cliff. Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens.
Banger of a Sunday night game.
That's a real good one.
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
I'm going to go with Cleveland. Let's go Brown. Monday night, the Seattle Seahawks at the Washington Football Team.
Washington.
Oh, I think we're being clever here. Are we being
Yeah.
too cute? Because I'm on
Yeah.
Washington too. We're being 100% too cute.
We are puppies in sailor suits cute this week, my man.
God damn, this is gonna be. I'm looking forward to week 12.
Right.
College football time. Let's fucking go. Bowling Green at Miami of Ohio.
Miami of Ohio.
Yep, that one's an easy one. Toledo at Ohio.
Ohio.
Ooh, I'm taking Toledo there.
Eh.
Either way, someone in the state of Ohio has to win. Ooh, this one is the tough one.
All right, what do you got for me?
Western Michigan at Eastern Michigan. What the fuck do we do here? What the fuck do we do here? Directional Mish school. These are the most directional Mish schools.
Western Michigan.
I'm going to take Eastern.
Okay. In the Wii battle, we'll call it that since it's West and East.
Fuck yeah, I mean this way at least we both kind of win. Like
yeah,
we got to cover our bases. Central Michigan at Ball State. This one's easier.
Directional Mish school. God,
Directional Mish.
That felt like a warm blanket just to say it again.
That was nice. NIU, Northern Illinois at the Buffalo Bulls.
NIU.
Ooh, not for me. Thanks. Buffalo's getting this win. Louisville at Duke.
I'm going to go Duke.
Ooh, I'm going Louisville. I like this. Southern Miss at La Tech.
La Tech.
Yeah, we're both on La Tech there. Memphis at Houston.
Dude, this is like a string of like, I don't know how many, like probably 5 straight, just incredible matchups for this conference. Like over the weekend, like I think it was last week. There was like Tulane and
UCF,
Tulsa.
I think.
Oh yeah,
I think it was. I don't remember.
Irregardless, I'm gonna go. I really like the Memphis football program, but I'm gonna go Houston at home.
I'm gonna also go Houston at home. I think Houston has a pretty darn good season. Arizona at Washington State.
I'm going to do something I haven't done all year. Zona Bearcats.
Ooh.
Are they wild? They're Wildcats. Never mind. Wildcats.
Spicy. Yeah. Spicy.
Soup's spicy.
Give me Washington State there. Air Force at Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada. This is a tough one. Give me the Wolfpack. Florida Atlantic. FAU at Western Kentucky.
XFL Jim, mark me down for those big red amorphous blobs. Give me the Western Kentucky.
Right there with you, bud. Western Kentucky all day. UMass at Army. Get fucked, UMass.
Yeah, you're about to get cadetted all over the goddamn field.
Georgia Tech at Notre Dame. Watch out.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Georgia Tech, you're going to get fucked.
Notre Dame's going to shake down the thunder there.
That's rough. East Carolina at Navy.
The Pirates against the Navy? Oh, man, you got to go for the Pirates at that point. The fucking Rebels of the high seas against these buttoned-up Navy folks. You'd rather have a brother in the or a sister in the whorehouse than a brother in the Navy.
I'm going Navy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I might have grasped at straws in the form.
I think ECU is going to have a better year this year, though. UAB at UTSA.
I'm going to take the Blazers.
Fucking mark me down for the god dang Roadrunners, baby. UTSA.
Wrong.
That's fair. ODU at Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. Marshall at Charlotte.
Thundering Herd.
Ooh, yep. Same there. Rice at UTEP.
Clear your schedules, people. This is the most consequential football game that's happening this weekend.
This is the biggest game of the week right here. This should be on game day.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hootie Who. Let's go Rice.
Same here. Hootie fucking who. Up next, North Texas at FIU.
Dude, I cannot not pick North Texas. North Texas. I love North Texas. I love them this year. North Texas.
I love them too. You know what? Yeah, North Texas. Wyoming at Utah State.
You're going to say Wyoming. I'm going to say Utah State.
You already knew exactly what's on my mind there.
Yep.
Wyoming's getting the dub. San Diego State at UNLV.
Aztecs.
Yep. SDSU getting that win. New Mexico at Boise State.
Boise.
Yeah, Boise for sure. SMU at Cincinnati.
Upset alert. SMU.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Cincinnati's winning in my mind, though. Virginia at Pitt.
Virginia.
Virginia's going to be eating some shit in Pitt. Give me the Panthers. Virginia Tech at Miami.
Miami.
Give me the U. Wake Forest at Clemson. What are you going to do?
Clemson.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it this time.
Yeah, I'm not doing it this time either. I'm pretty sure I already did in one of these. Michigan State at Ohio State.
Fuck. Ohio State.
Ohio State. I think Michigan State's going to be really bad this
year. I hate doing that every single time, but
it's the easy pick. Nebraska at Wisconsin. Wisconsin is going to get this dub.
Wisconsin.
Hate it, but Wisconsin's probably the best team in that division. Rutgers at Penn State. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Penn State. I think Shiano's going to get him up for a game, but it's not going to be this one.
I think I'm pretty sure you had Rutgers upsetting Ohio State earlier in the year.
Yeah, that was the game that Shiano gets them up for.
That was the one. That's the one.
That's the one.
I fucking love it. Baylor at Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Yep, K-State for me as well. Iowa State at Oklahoma, and I think you know who we are both fucking on.
Do you hear that? I feel like I hear a siren. Give me them Cyclones.
All fucking day and 3 times on Saturday. Fuck you, OU. Iowa State's winning the Big 12.
Big 12 champions. National champions?
Kansas at TCU.
TCU.
TCU forever. Oklahoma State at Texas Tech.
Oklahoma State, you're the good one. OK
Yep.
State.
OK State for me as well. Texas at West Virginia.
West for fucking Virginia.
Yep, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, Neil Brown. Do this for the Big 12. God. Temple at Tulsa.
Tulsa
all day. Give me them Golden Hurricanes. Florida State at Boston College.
I think Florida State's going to be not that great this year, but I also think that they're going to be better than Boston College. Florida State.
Give me the Boston College Eagles in this one.
Fair.
South Florida at Tulane.
South Florida at
Give
Tulane.
me the Green Wave forever.
Yeah, I'll take Tulane there.
I think South Florida's going to be real bad.
Yeah, I agree.
Kent State at Akron.
What is this? What is it? A holiday? Is it shitty Ohio school matchup?
It really is
on your calendars. I'm gonna go with. I'm
taking the Golden Flashes. Yeah, we're both
State.
on Kent State here. Arkansas State at Georgia State.
Georgia State.
Yep, I'm on them too. Arkansas. Oh, sorry, skipped that one. I actually skipped one. App State at Troy.
Give me those fighting men of Troy.
Ooh, not taking App State, I see. Interesting. I will also take Troy. I like that. I like that a lot. Texas State at Coastal Carolina. Give me the shots here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on the shots.
Arizona State at Oregon State.
Oregon State.
Yeah. Give me Oregon State here. Cal at Stanford, baby.
I'm gonna go Stanford because I know you're going Cal.
I'm 100% going Cal here.
And the band is on the field.
Fucking
all right. Not enough credit for the guy who carries the ball across the goal line and then overhand axe handle chops a trombone player. Like,
how do we not know that guy's name?
How like if that happened today, he would be in prison. Like, that was not an accident. That was a blatant act of assault, man. Like, I love it. Like, just like fuck you, nerd. Like, it was just straight on like O'Doyle from Billy Madison shit.
Football and life was different in the 80s.
True.
Oregon at Utah.
All right. Give me the Utes.
I'm right there with you.
Give me the Utes. Yes.
We're two Utes. UCLA at USC.
I don't know why I be all like fuck Chip Kelly, but I do though. So USC.
I'd be like, I'm riding this burning bus all the way off the cliff with UCLA, so give me the Bruins.
All right, fair.
Washington at Colorado.
There's a lot of me that wants to take Colorado, but I'm going to stick with Washington.
I'm also taking Washington here. Colorado State at Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Give me the Rainbow Warriors. Syracuse at NC State.
Wolfpack, NC State.
Yep, NC State forever. ULM at LSU.
Nice little tune-up before they play Texas A&M, LSU.
LSU for sure. Louisiana, the Cajuns at Liberty.
Raging Cajuns.
This is a tough one, but yeah, give me Louisiana here. Prairie View A&M at Texas A&M.
Texas A&M getting their tune-up before LSU. Texas A&M.
Yeah, they will prove that they are the real A&M. Charleston Southern at Georgia.
Jesus, sorry, kids from Charleston, Georgia.
This really is like SEC tune-up week, it seems.
Yep.
Illinois at Iowa.
Oh, this will be a banger of a game. This is a Burt sneak up game
This
if
is
ever
the
there
Burt
was
Bowl.
one. This is the Burt Bowl. This is the Burt sneaks up and win game. Illinois.
I got Iowa winning this one, but I would fucking love it if Illinois came up and did it. Vanderbilt at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss for me as well. Michigan at Maryland.
At this point, the wheels have come completely off Maryland.
Jim Harbaugh coaching for his job, blah, blah, blah. Michigan wins. Minnesota at Indiana.
Oh man, this is a matchup I'm really sneaky high on, but I always love that bald fuck it at Minnesota. Just row this goddamn boat. Row the boat, Minnesota.
Row it. Row the boat. Minnesota's winning this one. New Mexico State at Kentucky.
Because Beho is probably watching, I want to say New Mexico State, but it's probably going to be Kentucky.
It's 1,000% going to be Kentucky. New Mexico State lost to FCS teams this year.
Yep.
Purdue at Northwestern.
Northwestern.
Give me Purdue.
Ooh.
This is one of those games that Northwestern fucking drops. It's just one of those weird ones. South Alabama at Tennessee.
South Alabama.
I love it. I hope so, but I'm going Tennessee. I really hope South Alabama wins. Tennessee State at Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State for me as well. UConn at UCF. The civil conflict.
UCF.
Yeah, UCF for sure. Wofford at North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yep. Arkansas at Alabama.
Oh, so it really is every SEC team's tune-up week. Oh, God. All right. Hold on. I got to lie to myself real quick and really believe it.
You don't have to because I will. Arkansas is going to win.
Arkansas is going to get this W.
We're actually both going to take Arkansas here.
Let's do it.
Fucking do it. Auburn at South Carolina.
South Carolina.
You know what? Yeah. Do it. South Carolina. Florida at Missouri.
Florida.
Give me Missouri. Give me Missouri.
I hate you. I every time you do this, I hate you more and more.
BYU at Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern.
Yep, Georgia Southern all day and twice on Saturday. That'll do it for week 12 of the NFL and college football season. Let's get into what is going on in the garage this next week. I'm thinking, you know what? Right now, let's just fucking do it. This is episode 21 of the podcast. We are legally allowed to drink. We can do whatever we want. We're full adults here in the gymnasium. Mm-hmm. I want to know, Chase, what is your beverage of choice for watching a game?
Man, I enjoy cold Miller Lights, but there are points where that is just not enough alcohol for the situations that are being presented to me on the field. And instead of just like, that's when I like cheap whiskey and Coke. Like I don't take good bourbon. Like I sip good bourbon. I just put it on a little bit of ice, sip it. But when it feels like I need to like weaponize bourbon, then I'm going to go cheap bourbon and Coke.
For me, it depends on the sport. XFL, it's seltzers all day, every day, no matter what. I'm chugging them like they're water. College football, generally, I'll stick with I'll usually do a Bud Heavy, especially if it's Nebraska. If I'm watching Nebraska, I usually have a Bud Heavy in my hand.
Okay.
If I need something a little bit more powerful to get it done, I'll do a cheap vodka and like 7-Up.
Okay.
And I'll just pound that. I'll also do, especially if it's in the morning, do a lot of vodka Red Bulls.
Okay.
Dangerous combination.
For Notre Dame games, when I watch with the wife, Guinness. We do Guinness.
Always good.
If I have the makings for it, especially if it's like an 11 o'clock kickoff and you're getting rowdy at like 6:30, 7 in the morning, make me some bloodies, my man. Give me a nice spicy bloody.
I will take every day, if there's an early game that I'm watching, I will wake up at 8 a.m. on a college football Saturday, and I will take a Bud Heavy bottle into the shower.
It is such a different, man, bottles just hit different. I love glass long necks, especially like just good domestic beer like that, like a Miller Lite, Budweiser, that sort of thing.
It hits different in a glass bottle, and it hits different in the shower.
Yeah, it does. I love a good shower beer.
Oh, it's so fucking beautiful. I can't wait for college football to be here. I can't wait to be chugging these drinks. Do you have a go-to drink just in general?
I'm a bourbon straight sipper. Like if I have good bourbon, if it's I like Four Roses, their single barrel. Whatever like other trendy single barrels I can find. I'm really a Four Roses guy. Like Four Roses is my shit. So I'll do like a Four Roses, just 2 ice cubes.
How very Southern of you and how very over 30 of you.
all of those things. That's fair, man. Fuck you. Yeah,
I mean, it's not. I mean, mine's fucking stupid. I'm a White Russian guy because my life is so similar, in my opinion, to the dude from The Big Lebowski that I was like, I'll fucking try it, and then I just fell in love with that drink. It's my favorite drink.
I like a good Caucasian, man. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it too.
Fucking absolutely delicious. But on a game day, it's Bud Heavy for me. It's Bud it's nothing beats a good diesel.
The old Bud Fat.
I fucking love it. Speaking of college football, speaking of getting prepped and amped and everything, hashtag Garage Certified, the series that I give to you folks where I take 5 teams from college football that week, 5 teams from the NFL, pick them as my hashtag Garage Certified teams of the week, give them to you, these winners. It's coming back. With the college football coming back, NFL coming back, hashtag Garage Certified is coming back. I'm fucking jacked. It's going to be what you saw last year. Fucking forget about that. It's going to be 10 times more intense. It's going to be 8,000 times better. It's going to be epic. I'm going to say epic.
I'm for it. I am 100% for it. Like that. I feel like you're going to be giving like 5 teams just a fucking wicked pep talk. Like I'm ready for you to just.
If you haven't seen them, they might be. If you had to go way back on my Twitter because I'm a fiend and I tweet way too much, but they are there. And yeah, it's basically what it is. I pick my 5 teams and then I hype them the hell up. And I do my garagiest team of the week. The garagiest garage team of the week is kind of like it's kind of like a champion's belt that like I give it to a team week 1. Whoever beats them, they get it now.
Okay.
And then that keeps kind of like carrying on through the rest of the season.
Okay. I like that. I like running themes. I like shiny things. I'm for it. Let's fucking go.
With this edition, I believe we both are going to have an extremely busy but an extremely satisfying. I'm predicting this right now. It's going to be extremely busy but extremely satisfying fall. That's what it's going to be. Fall and winter. Like this year has been amazing for me. It's been amazing for the garage. It's been fucking busy as hell, but it's been so fucking fun.
Yeah, man. Like I don't know. I'm excited to. It feels like I get to drink in college football full time. Like that's exciting to me. Like it's not like, oh, you're working and doing this and you're in the office. Like no, like college football will be my office this year. Like this
is also the first year. This is my first year where I don't have a job that makes me work on the weekends.
Right.
So I have Saturday and Sunday completely off.
That's hot shit right there. That's a big step in a man's life.
This is my first time having Saturday and Sunday off in 5 years. I'm gonna live like a new man.
Brother, get ready to live.
Oh, it's going to be so fucking hype. My last bit of garage sort of update news is I did explain the Gym-averse in my mid-season video.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it, Chase. Did you?
Oh.
Did it kind of explain it a little bit?
I learned a lot of valuable gym averse things, like for the fact that garages are portals. Like any gym could step out of any garage at any time. No, man, I took notes, man. Yeah, I learned a lot.
I'm probably gonna I'm gonna section that part of the video and probably just post it on like Twitter, Facebook, everything like that, TikTok, just to like let the people spread the message far and wide of what the Gym-averse is and what the Rampage Tour truly is.
Okay, yeah, listen, man. Anytime you're on camera talking, I'm usually watching. So
I appreciate that. Right back at you.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Dude, that's like majority of my horse content is you.
Aw.
And then I watched a little bit of the equestrian because I watched Snoop Dogg cover the equestrian stuff at the Olympics where he was talking about that horse crip walking.
Wasn't that fucking fantastic?
That was amazing.
That was super awesome. In fact, I could listen to Snoop talk about horses crip walk all day.
All fucking day. I think we've been going on a little long enough on this podcast. I don't think we got time for the bets this week, but we will leave you guys with this information. The garage is alive. The garage is well. The Gymnasium is only going to get better in the football season. And I will say this right now. Once the week of college football, the end of August, the beginning of September, watch out because we're going to fucking 2 episodes a week.
2
dosers. We'll do our normal one on Sunday night still. Probably have an NFL game live during the fucking show that we're going to be betting on, that we're going to be commenting on. And we will be doing a preview show every Friday. Yes. Giving you our fucking analysis. We'll give you our favorite picks for college football, for NFL. It's going to be fucking amazing.
Right. Fuck College Game Day and the Home Depot who waits until Saturday morning to come to your city. We're coming to your city Friday night, man.
You're goddamn right we are. Okay, that'll do it for this episode of the Gymnasium. Where can the people find you, my good man?
You can typically find me being abrasive on Twitter. The handle @OfOaklawn. That's OF and the word Oaklawn. On Tuesday nights and also on Thursdays, I get together with my boys from On the Wrong Lead to do a few streams. You can find us on YouTube and also on Twitter. Just search for On the Wrong Lead. Friday, I'll have my live stream with my boy Blackjack Fletcher and Danielle Monnier for America's Best Racing, entitled Always Be Racing. And then I'll just be biding my time, just waiting to be back in here to make these college football and pro picks with my boy XFL Jim every Sunday.
Always be racing. You guys know where you can find me. Also, I'm basically addicted to Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time at XFL Jim. YouTube, XFL Jim. I've got so much coming this week. It's the LA Wildcats hype video. I'm almost done with the XFL hype videos. There's only 2 more teams after this one. But the LA Wildcats, my home team at the time of Los Angeles, root for this team hard. You got Josh Johnson. You've got fucking Electric City. You got Norm Chow as offensive coordinator. You have the nightclub bouncer himself as the head coach. It's an awesome, fun team to watch. I will also announce the winner/winners of the contest from my mid-season update, my mid-year update. So you want to pay attention to this video, folks. YouTube XFL Jim. You can also find me everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. I've been doing garage reviews on Instagram where I'll find garages in the wild, snap a little picture, be like, hey, I like this about it. This is what they could do to improve. So if you can find me, DM me on Twitter, email me, xfljim@gmail.com. Email me pictures of your garage, and I'll fucking rate that shit.
So you know how people who live in glass houses shouldn't cast stones? Like, that does not apply for XFL Jim. Like, his garage is the most legit garage you will ever work in. Like, he can pick on another garage from a higher place because he has the gold standard of garages.
That's what we're all about here on the Gymnasium. That'll do it for this episode. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a review. We're on iTunes now. We're on Apple Podcast. We're everywhere.
What?
That's fucking right.
What?
So go give us a subscribe, a follow, a like, a review. Give us, we don't care. Give it all. Love you guys. That'll do it. Gymnasium out. Peace out.